Cody here, just finished watching Strikeforce Nashville. Thought I'd do a recap of it real fast. First fight on the televised card was King Mo versus Gegard Mousasi. And that was a weird fight, kind of. It was interesting. First round, you could feel that Gegard was just kind of gauge King Mo and just see where he was as a fighter and kind of wait to strike. Just taking it all in. And I gave that round to King Mo. The second round, King Mo was gassed kind of bad, and that's when Mousasi kind of did more with everything. He just started hitting him from the bottom really good, just hitting these shots, straight arm shots. They were almost like closed fist slaps.
Tapped it that style. You're taking a page out of a Million Ankles playbook, and very busy from his back.
But those are big shots right there. Mo is laughing him off, but those are massive shots.
Blood coming out of the nose of Mousasi. Quick strikes. Hammer fist, left hook.
And he ended the round with almost getting a rear naked choke while King Mo was standing. But then after that, it just became more and more of the wrestling and more of King Mo controlling the fight, and he took the rest of the rounds.
Movement lands the left hook.
Watch your head.
Frank, how do you have the fight through 3 rounds?
Well, I got King Mo running off with it.
Changing his levels and always getting that double leg takedown. Another takedown.
It was a real strange fight because Mousasi never had that moment where he just broke out and unleashed his flurry like you were going to expect he was going to do. He just never did it. So, yeah, it was kind of disappointing. But, yeah, King Mo proved that he was better than a lot of people thought, including myself, because I thought Mousasi had this.
All 3 judges scored about the same, 49-45. All 3 in favor of the winner. And the new Strikeforce World Light Heavyweight Champion, King Mo.
Next fight was Shinya Aoki versus Gilbert Melendez. Pretty much the whole fight can be summed up as Gilbert taking the center of the cage, Aoki circling, both guys circling, finally winding down as going around until it winds down, and Gilbert going in, getting some strikes, and then restart the whole process again where he circles, and it was pretty brutal. It wasn't that great.
Aoki bleeding good from the nose now. He caught a good stiff jab, making him blink.
Gilbert now closing the distance. He's been going to the body with the straight right hand, and it's been very effective. Yeah, you work the body, you open up the head.
That's right.
There's a knee to the body, and Gilbert backs out.
A few times Aoki was able to catch his hand and pull him down into his guard, but Gilbert did pretty good in there. I mean, he was able to, at some points, he even opted to go into his guard and was able to get out pretty easily, which I was amazed at. But one thing Mario just pissed me off at was, alright, Aoki was in full butt scoot in the fourth round. He's just going crazy with the butt scoot. So Gilbert lowers levels, crouches down, punches him right in the face, and then tackles him and starts getting some ground and pound in. And Mario takes him off. Now, punches to the face are, from what I know, never illegal. It's kicks from a guy that's standing to a guy on the ground that are illegal, or knees. But punches are, bread and butter, baby. Let them flow. Come on.
Timing to get away. Crowd reacting derisively.
So it really pissed me off. I hated it. It just made the fight go even longer than it had to. It was like, So we got the 5th round, and finally, Gilbert unleashed it all in the final seconds. Nothing else to lose really, because I don't think a sub could have been, applied fast enough in the final 10 seconds to get him to submit. So he went all out.
Melendez jumping on him. Melendez. Oh, he backed him up and knocks him down. Nice finish. Does he have time? And that's it.
It was okay. I mean, he won the fight already, so there was no urgency on his part to finish the fight. even though he clearly had the advantage, and Aoki looked terrible out there. But yeah, so that's that. It just pretty boring start so far. So then when you get to Dan Henderson versus Jake Shields, you get your hopes up, because that first round, Dan Henderson comes out, rocks the crap out of Jake Shields, sends him down, nose diving head first.
Right hand cock, folks. Shields backing up. Oh, he's out! He's down! The big right hand lands for Henderson, and he's on top of Jake Shields. First punch. And that
Gets on top of him, and Jake Shields is a fast recoverer. Just recovered right away, and he was able to circle Dan Henderson while he was trying to land stuff. So really good on his part. You know, he was able to grab a leg and stall and do all kinds of stuff. But the first round was easily Dan Henderson's. But then for the next 4 rounds, it was all Jake. Jake was getting takedowns. Jake was getting some ground and pounded, not really powerful stuff. Like pillow shots. Just enough.
I don't think against a champion you can give anything away. He had him for the picking. He should have finished it when he had a chance. Shields coming back in a very impressive fashion, taking this fight to his comfort zone. But you know what? Henderson did tell us.
And a lot of times it looked like Dan was going to give up his back to Jake Shields, but found a way not to. Dan just looked flat on his back. He had no hip action. He was just really stationary out there. It was really sad to watch, because that's not the Dan Henderson I've seen fight before. So it was bad, but not, nothing off of what Jake Shields did. He looked good out there. He did what he wanted to do. If Dana White really wants to punish Anderson Silva, make a Jake Shields fight, put it on the undercard. Yeah, if you put it on the regular card, you'll be punishing us again. But yeah, that was you think that was it, but no. After the fight interview, Mayhem Miller had already run his fight earlier against Tim Stout, some guy I never heard of. He beat him after he turtled up a bunch. He came out, and what he asked, he just asked, hey, Shields, when's my rematch? And then Shields pushes him, and Gilbert pushes him, and a bunch of the camp of Caesar Gracie jumps on to Mayhem Miller like he's a big threat or something.
Jake Shields
Talk to him.
and Mayhem Miller. And, sometimes the testosterone gets going in the cage, and this is what happens. Nevertheless, it turned out to be a great night for Jake Shields as he defends his middleweight title. And we're standing by right now with Jake. Jake, congratulations on the win. I'm sure that was an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, I really apologize for that. That's out of my character. I'm usually, he got me, my emotions are running high. Came to my face, came to a talking crowd.
I mean, it needs to be a more relaxed atmosphere. Like, you have Matt Hughes and GSP, and they kid around, I'm not impressed with your performance stuff after fights. I mean, that's allowed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It was total overreaction. It was totally overblown. It was really just stupid. It felt like wrestling. It just did not need to happen. Jake Shields looked like an idiot. It's weird because I always thought that Jake Shields and Mayhem Miller had a good relationship, because Jake Shields has been on Mayhem Miller's show, Bully Beatdown, like 3 times. I mean, they work together outside of the cage. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I didn't get it at all. But I think Mayhem Miller's a little upset, because I think they're already matching him up with Lawler, and he doesn't want to fight Lawler. He wants to fight for the title, and everyone wants to fight for the title. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. It's pretty easy to look good when you have all these good cards where everyone agrees that it was exciting night of fights and stuff. It's easy. I mean, you could do that all the time. But, the real test of a company is, can you put on a bad card like this and survive? And that's going to be a really good test for Strikeforce. And I'm really interested to see the results of this, the fallout. Let's see if they survive. I hope they do. Hopefully they will. I like having a number 2 out there. Call me crazy. But, we'll see. Please live, Strikeforce. Please.